and welcome to Mundane Mystic Live at 5 at 6:05. I was a little early, busy when I was supposed to be doing my live, and all of a sudden, time took me by surprise. Isn't it something how time takes us by surprise sometimes? Boy, that's a real good lesson for each one of us. For one thing, was I paying attention to the time, or did I get involved with something else? And when we get involved in something else, hmm, is it something to avoid paying attention to time? Or is it a reminder that time flies? And we don't want to fly away on us before we get done that which we want to do. But by through the grace of God, here I am at 6:05 with Mundane Mystic. If you've never watched my videos before, you can find them here on Facebook and also on YouTube under Alicia Leslie, Mundane Mystic. I've got lots of videos about all kinds of topics, different playlists. This playlist is called Mundane Mystic Live at 5, and it's how I invite you to be a mundane mystic with me. What's a mundane mystic? It's practical spirituality. It's looking at our everyday lives and looking for the spiritual nature behind it. What is happening and why? You ever say to yourself, why is this happening to me again? Well, you say it, but do you really mean it? Are you just like crying because things aren't changing? Or are you looking to know why they're not changing so you can change them? Today, our topic is Jesus coming back? You know, I'll be perfectly honest. If I were to look up in the sky and see Jesus coming on a cloud like they say that he's supposed to, I would be tickled silly. Why? Because I'm trying very hard to live a life that follows his teaching. Why? Because it works and it leads to a good life and a wonderful inspiration to other people, because you know we're all one. So as we try to be our individual oneness, as we hope to attract others to be their own unique individuals. But we're very divided in the country. So what are we looking for? We're looking for Jesus to come, right? Well, like I say, I'm confident, but I don't think that's the plan. Why don't I think it's the plan? Because, number one, I think Jesus already did what he came to do. He came to show us the way to do that which is to be done by us, to create heaven on earth, right? Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. So we are spiritual beings having a human experience. Usually we're more likely to behave like human beings having an occasional Sunday or a holiday spiritual experience, you know. We've got those, as a minister, we talk about the two timers, the times that come on Christmas and Easter, and other than that, you don't see them. Hey, but they're coming on Christmas and Easter, so that does mean they have faith. We have to exercise our faith. Well, in unity, we believe that there's a spark of of divinity, a piece of God within each one of us that we call the Christ. Now, another spiritual tradition may call it something else, Buddha, Great Spirit, but we believe that as children of God, everybody, even the person that tap dances on your last nerve, has that spark of divinity in here. Okay? Now, in unity, some people go, oh, I have a spark of divinity within me called the Christ. I am Christ. To which I would say, in potential. Until we can manifest as Jesus taught, which he taught, These things I do, and even greater things shall you do, till we're starting to manifest that. We are a work in progress. Can we be okay to be a work in progress? Yes, I am Christ in my full potential. Why? Because I am a child of God. And why? Jesus told me that. He said that God is within us. The kingdom of heaven is within us. Well, let's get it out, okay? Let's put it to work in this very, very sad and hurting world. And I just forgot to set my timer, so oh well, I'll try to stick to my time. Okay, back to Jesus. Is Jesus coming back? What if Jesus can't come back? Why? Because we're not ready. What if Jesus is waiting on us to be worthy, to be uplifted into a new life? In order to be worthy of what we call heaven, because we don't know what else to call it, until we are worthy, what does worthy mean? You are worthy simply by nature of the fact that you're a child of God and draw breath, okay? It doesn't mean you're ready. You may have Christ within, but if you're not expressing it fully, you're not there yet. I know I'm not there yet, okay? Ready? I know I'm not there yet, so don't think I do, because I know I'm not. But I work daily to be that, to be my best self. Now, that is not encapsulated in a particular religion or a particular philosophy. It's just universal principle spirit. So when we understand that we are universal principle spirit, it's easier to relate. You have to be able to look at other religions and say, well, very nice, dear, but I belong to the true church. I don't think God likes that. I don't think Jesus likes that. Because we teach in unity, there's one presence and one power in the universe and in our lives, God the good, omnipotent, and that we are a part of that divinity, not apart from that divinity. In unity, we teach that Jesus, that the physical being, the man we know as Jesus, we also call him the way shower and the master teacher, that he came and he lived and he taught all the things that God would have us do to be the light of the world. He said, you are the light of the world. He said, don't go hiding your light under a basket, but put it on a pedestal so everyone can see it. Well, if we're putting our very not best self out there, if we're behaving poorly, maybe that we want to, toss on a basket to cover that up. But we don't. We want to shine our light. So we say that Jesus is the man and Christ is the spark of divinity within him. That is within all of us. He said it. That he fully manifested. Now you'll notice in the Bible it says Jesus, it says Christ, it says Jesus Christ, but it says Christ Jesus. Christ Jesus is the fulfillment of that potential. And he showed us the way. He showed us how to do it. But if we're not doing it, we have to stop waiting for Jesus to come back and say, yay, it's over. Come on in, get on the bus. No. Because if we don't grow spiritually so that we can fully express our Christ self, we'll only go to another level of consciousness and trash it. How do we stop it? We stop this cycle of war and hatred and division. We remember that we are Christ. Oh, we are not the Christ. The Christ is the allness. We are an expression, an individual and unique expression of that spark of divinity within that we call Christ. Are you up for a new world? Are you up for being the one? Not only that, I'm going to say something. You know, I talk about my philosophy and my theology, but I would never say that mine is the only one and that mine is the only right way. It is for me, but I would not declare that for anyone else. Even Charles Fillmore, who was co-founder of Unity, said, I reserve the right to change my mind according to my ever unfolding awareness. Boy, I've changed a lot in the number of years since I found my spiritual path. I no longer see God as a lightning bolt, javelin throwing entity that wants to punish us and send us to hell, to seeing God as a loving mother, father, all embracing being of love and light who wants to see everything thrive, everything and everybody. Most of the sadness and pain and suffering on this world, guess who is causing it? I give you an example. If you go to the mirror and take a look, that'll be one clue. Along with all the people, oh yes, it's the politicians, it's the criminals, and it's all the people who are not aware and fully living their Christ self. A lot of people like to go around and say, I am God. But that's like saying, I am the ocean. We are each a part of God, but we are not the allness of God. Unity teaching is not the allness of God, nor Catholicism, nor the Pentecostals, nor the Islamic. The minute we start to think that our path is the only path is when we make our first fatal mistake. Why is it a fatal mistake? Because it will never lead to good. I invite you today, first of all, again, live a life that is so in alignment with all you believe to be good and true of God. Live that life, and you don't ever have to worry. So if maybe you're off, maybe Jesus is going to appear in the clouds, that instead of hearing, get on the other side. I got the goats here, I got the sheep there, get on the side with the goats. So instead of hearing that, he would say, welcome, welcome, come into my Father's house. Because he said not my Father, he said our Father. Okay? Think on these things. I hope you got a little something from today. Remember, you can please like if you like it. If you're watching this on YouTube, click subscribe. If you're not watching it on YouTube, but you like to be sure you don't miss any episodes, go to Alicia Leslie, Mundane Mystic, and subscribe. I hope your day is bright, beautiful, and better than average. Bye-bye.